What's good, you guys, and welcome back to the DJ's Take.
I'm Donnie.
And I'm James, and on this show, we talk about the music industry from a fan's point of view. Donnie, what are we talking about today?
Welcome back. We are going to be discussing High School Musical 2.
Yay. Oh, yeah, we got our hater back.
He's still here.
Where were you at, during High School Musical 2? What do you remember about the, state of pop culture during then? I remember this was when I was probably fully engulfed in the seeing Zach get a Starbucks, seeing Vanessa get a Starbucks, seeing the behind the scenes of everything.
Oh yeah, so it was
fully in the Disney channel of it all.
Yeah, so they just went on their whole tour for the first one. Mm-hmm. You know who the people are. This is actually the first one where Zach is actually singing, so that was pretty dope.
For this one, I instantly saw the budget increased.
Oh my god! Off rip.
The budget said
as it should.
Yeah.
This was a force to be reckoned with these movies and millions of dollars. I'm talking about their first one, High School Musical, was on Billboard, 100.
Yep.
So,
it was the highest selling album that year, and Beyonce dropped an album that year. I remember that because Vanessa Hudgens always says that.
Wow.
Why are you trying to take a shot at Beyonce? I'm not sure. But no, but I remember her always saying that.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was.
But that's how big it was. That's how much of an influence High School Musical had. I remember it being in middle school and people having High School Musical folders and stuff. So yeah, man, this was a time. So High School Musical 2, we started where it's summertime. Basically, they started
summer.
Yeah,
summer. Ashley Tisdale had the new nose, the lighter hair. This is when Ashley Tisdale was in her biggity.
She got that NIL deal, man. She started spending, huh? Yeah. But yeah, it was the first.
Everyone
song.
looked so much older.
Yeah, they did. It was crazy.
So much older.
And it's the first song just off rip, just set the tone, just boom. What time of it? Summertime. It's off.
Full choreo, and that's what I remember of the behind the scenes, because Kenny Ortega, which we didn't bring up last movie one.
No disrespect.
Kenny Ortega, that's just crazy. He's iconic. Yeah. But you can see he really was choreographing to the bare bones.
At first it was probably just this is a little cute movie. When he seen the level of what it was, it became, all right, guys, I expect Michael Jackson Thriller, and that's all there's going to be. 1, 2, 3, be on your mark, because they came through.
I'm just if you complained at all being on that set of the long hours, I can't stand you, because all I wanted to do was be on rehearsals for weeks at a time, practicing the choreo with everyone. It just looked like the funnest thing of all time.
Funnest time ever, bro. All I wanted to do was be on High School Musical 2 or 3, bro. I asked my parents to take me to audition in California. They didn't do it, so clearly it was, bro, that's all I wanted to do.
I will say on this one, you really got to see Corbin dance and sing more, and Corbin Blue is actually extremely talented to me.
Yeah,
in this one too.
You did. He got more parts than than the first one, and it showed a lot of his talent, which I thought was really cool. I thought that number 2 showed a lot of skill from a lot of other people that are in this movie.
I kind of think when I think of High School Musical, I think of High School Musical 2 as my favorite. I think because that's when I really just was loving it, and that goes into. So the premise is Sharpay's, they're all going to Sharpay's family's resort that they all work at. That plot is so ridiculous. She's
hire the entire
dude,
school.
No matter what, hire the whole student body. And he does. So the entire school now works at Sharpay's family's
I thought that was so
lit.
Like,
I was wow.
I thought that was so lit, bro. I was just wishing that was just real life. I was man, I wish all my friends could be working in a resort,
You you really can go to Albuquerque.
Yes, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Yeah.
You didn't know that was a real
No, I was
you ain't watching enough Breaking Bad, huh?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So that's where Breaking Bad takes place. But yeah, so honestly, it's the only reason why when I drove past New Mexico, I was, oh my God, it's High School Musical.
High School Musical. And then that goes into Sharpay's Fabulous, which is iconic for her. And
she was like, it was like Barbie before Barbie came out. Like,
it was
just kidding.
For Barbie.
Definitely Barbie.
And so that brings me to Ashley Tisdale, though. I think that during this time, I think Ashley Tisdale was like kind of Queen Bee.
She was like the face of everything. Like, she probably got the bag.
Yeah.
Because her character was like,
and she was on Zack and Cody.
Yeah.
And like, she was really, I kind of wish that her career was bigger. Like, now, because I liked her music at the time. What's it? What was her song? He Said, She Said, It's All Right, It's Okay. Like, those are real bangers to me.
Ashley Tisdale, she's all right. Them Phineas and Ferb checks is clearing.
She's paid. She's super paid.
Yeah, but it's just like, I wanted so much more
actually
for her.
A good point.
And I'm going to be real with you. Ashley Tisdale was my first crush. Like, I was like,
that's cap. That's cap.
What?
Super cap.
Yeah.
Who was it?
I know do you know his first crush? Because I do.
Who?
I think so.
Mary Kate and Ashley.
Well, Durr.
That was
There wasn't one man in this world who didn't want Mary Kate and Ashley.
They didn't. I was too young. They didn't. I don't. They were my age, so I was like, you're a girl.
They're not our age. They were like 10,000 times older than us.
I don't know why.
It's because you were watching. You didn't have cable as a kid,
so
you're out there watching Two of a Kind when they were 4 years old, when they're actually adults.
Mine's so old. I remember my first crush. So old.
God.
It was Brandy from Moesha. I remember his Moesha. And I was like, so old.
It's awful because it broke my heart when I found out, because I was like you, James. I was watching a bunch of reruns. And when I found out they were adults and that I would never have a chance.
They were on drugs.
Bro, yeah. Sheesh.
Gosh.
My heart was broken. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Same thing with Ashley Tisdale. She's casting a kid to be a kid. She up here being 27. I was in distress, bro, when I found this out. Like, my heart was broke. That's right then where I was like, don't trust women.
Yeah.
Don't trust.
I liked Kyla Pratt.
As
far as kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
when we were kids.
Yeah, when I was.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa, no diddy.
I appreciate the clarification. When I also was a child.
Yes.
I wanted to look at people my age.
Yes.
That the FBI was about to knock the door down.
Boom. No, but so she was definitely huge and had a moment in this movie. That goes to
Work this out.
Was it
Gotta work.
That is a
because they were fighting
sequence.
and then they were playing on the pots and stuff.
The blue.
Yeah, I thought that was so fire.
Do you think they strategically were like, Zach, we see that you are like the leading man of this franchise, we're catering the color scheme to your eyes? Because I was like, every shirt was like light blue.
Absolutely.
I was like, why did y'all just cater to this man's
Absolutely. Absolutely, they did. They knew what they had to do.
Yeah, they for sure
had to
did.
keep the
Pay
heart
attention
drive.
way too much to this man's eyes. Jeez,
He up there saving you, and you
but
up
it's
here
hard
trying to send him down.
I know he's trying to send me down the aisle. Sorry, he was a grown. Wait, I take it back. But no. But that was a fire sequence, and that's when you could see Troy or Corbin Bleu again dancing, and that's when you can see side by side Corbin's killing Zach. Like
Absolutely,
he was killing him.
There's no question about it. Who was more talented?
Yeah, he was killing him.
It's just Corbin was a dog and still is a dog.
Also, I remember at the time being a kid how scandalous I thought it was. Like, I was like, Vanessa is really gonna leave Troy for Ryan. I was like, it's really happening. You remember how they
when they were?
I was like, it's happening.
I was like, Ryan's really about to slide on Vanessa.
I was like,
that?
this is scandalous.
Yeah,
what?
I was like, you need to fight him.
He was like, her brown mom makes the best brownies. I know, I had them. Remember that?
Yeah, I would have had to fight. I would have had to fight.
I know, I had them. Also,
I
forgot.
Put the cookie down. No.
I think this was before. I think this might have been in the first one. But look at the film with the bread. Look at the picture, guys, with the bread. He's eating a sandwich, and it's straight up bread. There's not a bologna in that
God,
thing.
we didn't have a budget to be able to buy Zach meat.
I said, yes, I'm just
Cut.
pause. But
no Diddy. That's the new one. We can say that.
No Diddy.
But like no meat.
It's just a bread sandwich. Did you see it?
No.
Look, I sent it. It's just straight up bread. I was like,
High School Musical didn't have a budget.
I zoomed into my TV. I literally
sandwiches.
got up and walked to my TV. That's it. There's no bread in that. There are no meat in the bread.
Not peanut butter, not jelly, nothing.
Just a straight up bread.
That's a wish sandwich.
Yeah.
I wish I had some meat on the sandwich.
Yes.
No Diddy.
Yeah. But then also, this is just coming down to like the production of it. Sometimes
Lord.
it's so kiddie. That's the stunt double for Vanessa Hudgens. Tim, swipe over and watch the video. They don't even try to hide it. Swipe and watch the video.
She couldn't jump in the pool.
Swipe and watch the video so you can see it in context. Watch.
Oh, come on, yo. Come on.
Look. Doesn't even try to hide it. They're just like, it's someone else.
But why could it? Did Vanessa Hudgens not know how to swim?
I guess
Like
not.
they couldn't let her jump in the pool. Like what? Did they not want to do her makeup and hair again?
I guess.
Now I want to watch it and see if her hair was wet when she got out the water. Like I'm kind of like.
Vanessa was like, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm not jumping in this pool. This is episode or movie 2, and I'm a diva already.
They probably had to do like 15 takes. She's like, I'm not doing 15 takes.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I was like, who is this a woman? Who is that? No. Those were production things that just
Her
cracked
name
me
is
up.
somewhere in those credits.
Yeah.
That's crazy work.
You're like, you imagine telling your family, yeah, I'm in High School Musical too. They're like, where?
Watch right here.
Right there.
It's blatant. You'll see me. Believe me.
Like, that's my cousin. Nah.
Crazy thing is I never seen it like growing up. So it's like they won.
Yeah,
They got their
obviously,
missions.
yeah.
Mission complete. Then after
Meanwhile,
that,
our parents are like, wow. No.
so You Are the Music and Me would be next. And where would you rank that song? Do you think it's better than their duet in the first one?
I do. I think
Like
my
what I've been
thing
looking
is,
for? Not Breaking Free, but what I've been looking for.
I do think that. However, I think watching it this time, I'm like, okay, can we stop singing this song? We sing it throughout the whole movie.
Yeah,
You Are
there
the
was
Light.
3 different times Sharpay and then do it, and then what? The piano player was
And then then they'll be like have a whole different
other.
other scenes, and then all of a sudden randomly you'll just hear "You Are the Music." I'm like, okay,
I think they were
heard
proud of that song because it was. If you think about it, it was really beautifully
was.
written.
And why did I view her? Why did I view the pianist as someone who's actually like doing all this? I was like, Kelsey's talented. Or what is her name?
I forget. I think it's Kelsey, right?
No, Kelsey. I thought was
Let's
like
look it
the
up.
other girl.
Kelsey was her best friend, right?
Martha was the girl that I was thinking of. The one that pops, locks, jams, and breaks. Martha. Yeah.
But her name's Kelsey.
Yeah, Kelsey.
So
but Kelsey the
Kelsey's
pianist.
I thought
I
so.
was like, wow, she's talented. She's running this stuff. And I'm like,
Yeah,
you're just
like
an
you
actor.
think she's actually out here being Taylor Swift,
Yeah.
writing it, music,
Yeah.
playing it, but you know it's fake. So yeah.
No, but yeah, that was a really good song. Also, Vanessa Hudgens, I Gotta Go My Own Way.
Woo!
It's fire.
Not just Vanessa Hudgens, Troy was on there too. So Zach, what about us? What about everything we've been through?
What about trust? You know what,
I never
Timothy?
meant to hurt you, bro.
You know what Timothy loved?
I listen to that all the time. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
It was good. And then, but better than that, and this goes into me saying, Corbin Bleu,
I Don't Dance.
I Don't Dance. Fire. Tim, that was your favorite part. I Don't Dance. That's Tim's favorite thing in the whole 3 movies. Oh, I don't dance. I know you can. Not a chance.
No.
I can do this and you can do that. I don't dance. Hit it out of the park.
I don't dance.
I know you can.
That was my. I ain't gonna lie. I almost
that
played
was
baseball. I
fire.
went basketball, about to play baseball for just because of that scene.
I mean, don't get it twisted. I still thought it was terrible, but it was just like the least of the terrible. It was tolerable, but it was still bad. I mean,
You know what else he cracked up at?
What?
Huma nuka akaboa ah. And then he said, and then he said, "Mighty foo foo spit." Tiki to tiki. Remember that? Tim loved that. Tim actually laughed. I remember that.
I'm like, what is going on? I don't like what.
That is funny.
Said,
What happened?
What a spicky.
All of a sudden, we're on the island for no reason. This is.
It was hilarious.
That is hilarious.
This movie, I do say, because I was saying last movie that I think that Sharpay was kind of like not a villain. In this one, she was more villainous. Like how she handled Ryan was really, you were dogging that.
She was dogging her brother, but at the same time, I ain't gonna cat. Troy a better man than me.
Why?
Because she was out there throwing money his way, jobs his way, sending him to university to play with the basketball team. Gabriella would have been single.
It's the truth.
I would have.
It's the truth.
She was looking out for her brother, bro. I would have been.
It's the truth.
Yeah, but
he wanted true love.
That
true high school love.
I would have found true love with Sharpay. I'm telling you, bro.
He had the NBA players playing with him, or were they college?
I think college.
Was it college? Still.
But yeah, I just was like, she just put a lot of effort into him. You know what I'm saying? I never seen Gabriella put that much effort into him. You know
She's just really his stress. Like
all the time. She telling my man I gotta go my own way. You know what I'm saying? Like
she was like, is it new shoes or a new man? Remember that?
Dang, he was a jealous dude, man.
He was like, it's fine. Also, them jumping into the pool and always getting caught by what's his face. They played that out too much. I was like, oh.
Yeah, always getting in trouble.
Yeah, he's like, one more and you're kicked out. What was his name?
I forget his name. He always annoyed me. I don't even know his name, bro.
He was good for
annoying.
that.
After that, we would be getting to the end of it, which is, of course, Bet on It. Like,
iconic.
It was like my man was on that golf course strutting, boy.
Everybody's always talking about me.
That man it was going hard though. I ain't gonna lie. Bet on it, bet on it, bet on
me. The pick up the sand and throw it is crazy. He said, I want to make it right. That is the
I wonder if Efron looked back at that and be like, man, dude. Like,
that's why he always was embarrassed of it growing up.
So trash, bro. He has to look at his own self and be like, I was really trash.
Hey, I thought it was dope back then. I was like, man.
That's just what Zac Efron needs. He needs the critique of 7-year-olds. That's what he needs.
And my thing is like that would be kind of crazy because imagine 20 years old. That's usually when you're trying to be like your coolest. Yeah. So can you imagine me like, yeah, girl. So all right, I gotta go to work. I'll talk to you later. Bet on it. like,
yeah, I could only imagine.
That's why his girl had to be on the show. He was like,
I ain't getting
anything
anything else.
The girl finds me cool, the one that's doing this with me.
After that, I think the best song comes up next, and it's Every Day.
I always was like, this is such a ripoff of Happy Days.
Yeah, but it was dope because we were from the church. So I was like, oh, we kind of getting homage right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kenny Ortega knows the soul that's coming through it. Every day of our life, gotta run. Come on, bro. Gotta hold on tight. Gotta run while we're young and keep the faith. Come on, bro. That was day. Oh, every. It was fire. That was my favorite song in the entire movie.
And much like the last one, the whole point of this is so stupid. Sharpay to win your own family's thing. Like you really wanted to win just
What's
your
wrong
own,
with the
like y'all just you wanted to just win your own family's
It's
title.
your family resort's talent show and you want to win it.
That you won it for like 30 times.
Like, why didn't you just pay the judges off? Like at this point, like you did everything in your power to win besides pay the judges. Like I guess she never had a strong IQ, so
no, I was like, yo, that is petty.
Super petty. And then we get into, for the last scene, is All for One, which, spoiler alert, Miley Cyrus is in there. So that was dope. Like that, like as a kid watching, I was like, oh my God, it's Miley.
I feel left out though, because I always hear people say that they voted for her to be in there. And
yeah, like I remember,
was like, I didn't do any of that.
So a lot of it, like High School Musical was like, I want to say it was the Hannah Montana premiere.
Yep.
Whenever it was coming out, like they were there for it, like doing the whole thing, like trying to pub it.
Yep.
And it was just so iconic because it's Miley Cyrus.
So iconic.
And he becomes Hannah Montana with my other favorite people on Disney. So it was so cool.
So cool.
Such a cool moment to be a part of. I ain't gonna lie.
I really liked that ending sequence. I also remember watching that one live because my dad, preacher's kid, so he always went back and forth with cable. So on High School Musical 1, no cable because he was like, oh no, it's bad for you. High School Musical 2 had cable, and so I remember watching that premiere, watching it
we made a big deal out of it in my household. Like we had a whole party with all my family members, like my siblings, and I remember it. We made sure that we had stir fry for dinner, like something really cool. I still remember it to this day. And then on top of that, for number 2, Phineas and Ferb just came out. So Phineas and Ferb just premiered, and that was
on High School Musical 2.
Yeah. She was doing Phineas and Ferb.
Actually, just check it up.
Yeah,
you're right.
So Phineas and Ferb, the first episode just came out and it premiered before the movie. If my memory serves me correct, like I was like freaking 13, you know. So yeah, that came on, and then it was High School Musical. So it was just an iconic night at Disney in my house.
It was,
and I just loved I remember we called each other as soon as it ended, and we were like, oh my god.
Yep.
So
and I believe this was the first movie, but the behind the scenes of the I Can't Take My Eyes Off of You, that's one of my favorite songs.
Bro, the fact that wasn't on the movies, that was on the first one, and it was I can't take my eyes off of you.
Yeah, we got a good thing going on. Like, that was
slid. Like, when you talk about somebody who slid on it,
yeah,
and then they were all backing each other, they're like, oh,
you never know what you might find out. All I see is you. That was fire. That's probably one of my favorites, to be honest.
But we got to keep it stacked. Lucas Gravio, who is Ryan, is probably, I always said, it's funny because my dad would watch him with us, and he was like, by far he's the most talented. That guy right there, whoever that kid is, he's the most talented. He's like, in real life, if you look, he probably can really dance. If you look in real life, he can probably sing, and that's everything it was. Like, he can dance his butt off.
It's true. It's a talented cast. It was a flat out talented cast.
It was.
Yeah. But all right, that wraps up High School Musical 2. We'll do one more
video left for number 3. Yeah.
But on that note,
I'm Donnie.
And I'm James. And this was another episode of
The DJ's Take.
I can't take my eyes off of you.
Bro, that was so fun.